Hey guys, it's been a while and I'm excited to be back to talk with you about creating some systems that might help you as you begin this new school year. Um, One, I want to talk about two different systems. The first of which has to do with is called the laundry basket system. And the laundry basket system is one in which instead of your kids going all over the place and having to figure out what do I take in the morning to school or what do I have to take into school. It's all in one place. It's in the laundry basket. You can put their clothes, it's everything they're going to need in the morning to be ready to go to school, right? So they could put their outfit for the day if it's younger kids. Their backpack goes in there, their lunchbox goes in there, their shoes go in there. If they need a mask, their mask can go in there, their water bottle can go in there. And the way that you know that they're ready for school, the way that they know they're ready for school, is the basket is empty because everything is out. It's in their backpack, or it's in their hands, or it's on their feet, or it's on their body, and they're ready to go, right? So the night before school, everything can be put into the basket to be ready to be taken to school the next day and taken out at an appropriate time. So that is the laundry basket schedule. You can do that, or system. You can do that for, you could use a box, you could use a laundry basket. You could also do it for sports, right? So that if your kid has trouble gathering all of their things for sports, the night before practice goes into the box, into the sports box, into the sports basket. So it's just an idea to help them create a picture or create a system to have everything in one place. And when the basket is empty, it's time to go. Now, it's important, of course, to make sure that all of the items that they are going to need go into the basket, or into the box. So, but it's a system that seemingly worked great, and you can start off by creating a picture of everything that needs to go into the basket so they have an idea to make sure everything's in the basket. You can have a written list. So it's really about creating the picture and helping them build independence to think about, what do I need? What goes into the basket that I'm going to need tomorrow? What comes out of the basket? And if it's all out, I'm ready to go. And it helps make the basket be the thing that allows them to do it on their own. So if they say, what else do I need in the morning? You say, what's left in the basket? So that you're not telling them exactly what it is. It's they're referring back to the basket. I hope that makes sense. The second thing I need a couple of props for, but it's kind of my sticky note system that has been, I sort of co-opted it from Sarah Ward's Get Ready, Do Done. And so I have a little whiteboard here, right? And so Sarah Ward would think about this in terms of creating, oh, I have a reflection. That's interesting. Creating a system to help create the end goal. And then you create it backwards, and then you work the system forwards. Well, in my system, what I want to do is just have something in the morning. I just want to have this whiteboard, right? So the whiteboard, to get it to look right, it's just down the middle. And so what I'm going to do, instead of in the laundry basket, I might have everything. I might have everything listed as to what needs to go into the laundry basket. So it's a little bit more physical form of understanding what is needed. Maybe if I do this, that works better. Okay, so it's a physical form. If your kids are more visual, and or they're ready for, they can read and they don't need the physical object, so it's an object form, that laundry basket. If they're ready for something else, but they still can't remember lists in their head and they need that visual cue, what you can do is you can grab a bunch of Post-it notes. You can choose different colors for different kids. You can choose different colors for different activities. So you might have orange for school, you might have pink for sports, whatever it might be. And I'm just going to put this down. And what you do is you take a sticky note, and for each item that they need to remember in the morning, or each part of the each step in the process of getting ready to go, so that then they're ready to go, gets put on a sticky note. So, for example, they need to get up and get dressed. So you would put get dressed on a sticky note, and it goes on to one side of the board, right? What's something else that they might need to do? Let's see, breakfast, eat breakfast. And you always want to put a verb with it, because otherwise you don't have to do it. It just is a thing, right? But if you put a verb, it means it requires an action. So, oops, I wrote it upside down, but eat breakfast. So you would not write it upside down for your kid. You could create magnets with pictures if that's the next step from the object. Or so you could take a picture of your kid getting dressed. You could take a picture of your kid eating breakfast. But this is just, there are multiple ways of doing it based on the readiness and the stage of development of your kid. But this is obviously if they can read. Okay. So it's a little bit higher level. So maybe what else? Do they need to take their medication? So use that verb. Take medication. Of course, you're going to individualize this for your kiddo. So take medication. Do they need to brush their teeth? Do they need to comb their hair, perhaps? And then pack their backpack. And maybe they need to, as part of packing that backpack, what might they need to have? They might need to put their lunch in backpack. Could be a part of that. It could be they need to get their water bottle, put water bottle in backpack. Put on shoes, right? Put on the shoes. So you see, you can do all kinds of different things. Put on their shoes. Maybe they, in the wintertime, need to get their jacket. So let's see, we've got putting on shoes, packing the backpack, which put water bottle in the backpack. Maybe after breakfast, they're brushing their teeth, right? We're going to have a whole bunch of these, right? And you can get smaller sticky notes, so they're not so big. But this might be something that you like, the big sticky notes. Take their medication, comb their hair. Maybe we put brushing teeth and combing hair down here. We could put combing hair and brushing teeth up with get dressed. But I'm thinking after breakfast would be a good time. And maybe we do taking medication with breakfast. I don't know what you do, but that seems to be a routine in our house. Packing the backpack. So they want to make sure they get their water bottle. They want to make sure they get their lunch. You could make sure homework folder could be another sticky on there. So you could do that. Okay. So here's where the magic happens, right? Okay, so when they need to get ready to leave for school, guess what? All of these sticky notes have to be on the other side, right? So it takes away your nagging them of what it means to be ready to go to school, right? So they get dressed. Maybe they come downstairs for breakfast first. They have breakfast. It goes over here. Yes, this might add a little bit of time in the beginning as they get used to what needs to happen, but it's a way for them to track what needs to happen, see what needs to happen, see everything that has to happen in the morning, to help them understand that, like, they need to get up a little bit earlier than maybe they're doing because they're rushed in the end. And it takes the nagging away from you. They might say, so what do I do next, Mom? I don't know. What is left on the board for you to do? And the nice thing about this system is it can be used over and over and over again. So let's say they say, okay, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get dressed. So they come downstairs. and they aren't dressed yet. Do they get to move this over? No. So they say, okay, I got to go back upstairs. I got to get dressed. So maybe this time they'll go upstairs. They come downstairs. They've gotten dressed. They can move it over. They take their medicine. Then they can move it over. They say, what's next? Oh, I forgot to comb my hair. So they go upstairs, comb their hair, come back downstairs. The whole hair's combed. They can move it over. They've brushed their teeth. They can move it over, right? You get the idea, right? So then they've packed their backpack. They move it over. They get their water bottle. They put their lunch in their backpack, their homework folder that we haven't written yet, but you could have made a sticky note to put that on. And the last thing, they have one more thing left and they're ready to leave. Put their shoes on. And then they're ready to leave, right? And all of these things, then the next day, just get moved back the other direction. So this is the sticky note system of how I have helped people think about how to get ready in the morning. This is also great for a chore chart, right? So you can make sticky notes for things that your kids need to do for chore charts. So I just find that this, so every day, like if they need to take out the trash or if they need to do the dishes, like they get to move it over. It's a great way to do it, to build a visual representation for people that don't have that in their mind yet, a picture of it. It's a great way to help them begin to learn the process of understanding what a to-do list is. Because a to-do list, when it's on paper, is just a list. It doesn't have action. So this helps them understand the action of doing to completion, taking it from needing to be done, taking it from needing to do to done, right? And so it helps them see that there's this action that takes place in order for it to be done. So there's so many different ways that you can use that sticky note system to help your child understand doing and done. And I credit Sarah Ward to giving me the concept to use sticky notes in a whiteboard for things to be done and creating a to-do list. And I offer it to you as another tool in the toolbox. So the laundry system and the sticky note system for helping your child get ready in the morning. You can use it for getting ready for bed. You can use it for homework routine. All kinds of different fun ways to use it. So have fun with it. And I look forward to hearing about the different ways that you might use either of these systems. And hopefully they will be helpful to you and your kids.